So friends, now let us see another lecture on partial differential equations. Last time we have seen how to solve Lagrange's first order linear differential equations, and there we have seen different kinds of techniques, and I told you that this topic is also very much important. Now let us see another kind of equation, partial differential equation, which is also very much useful and which is very much important, because every year one question always comes in GTU examination of 4 to 5 marks or sometimes 7 marks also, and these questions are very easy to solve. So here, as I told you, first of all I will show you only those methods and those equations which are very easy to understand for you, which you can grasp very well. So here I think that you must have prepared about the previous lectures, and then you have practiced yourself for these lectures. So now here the equations which we want to see are of partial differential equations, and the method is of separation of variables. So this method is very much important because some of the problems are there which you can solve by using this technique very simply, and this technique is very simple to understand and to digest yourself. And also, once if you will understand this technique, one question will come in the examination, as I told you, and the similar technique we will also use in the further topics. There some theoretical questions will be there. So once if you will understand this technique, then those problems in the theoretical portions you will understand very easily, and those questions have the weightage of 7 marks, and every year 1 mark, one question comes in this from that topic also. No doubt from this topic also one question will come, and these are very simple to use. Here method of separation of variables means what? We will be given some function u of x and y. So we know that u is some function that depends upon x and y. So we will consider x and y as independent variables and u as dependent variables. So in this case we want to separate out the variables containing small x and small y. For that we will have to consider this as the product of two different functions. Here capital X and capital Y are nothing but their functions, just like we denote this by small f function, g small g function. But instead of small f and small g, we have denoted them by capital X and capital Y only, because here we can understand very easily that capital X is related with small x and capital Y is related with small y. So identification of the variable notification becomes very simple and easy for us. So we will have the differential equation containing the derivatives of u with respect to x and y, and we want to find out its solution in terms of u x y. Sometimes instead of uxy, it may be function of ux comma t also. In this case we need to consider capital Xx into capital TT. So this is the main approach, and once if you will consider this approach, then the equations can be solved very simply, because variables we need to we can separate out very easily, and then we can solve the separated the equations which can be obtained by separating the variables by using solution of first order ordinary differential equations that you have seen in second semester. It will be clear to you from the examples. Now let us see one example. Solve the equation ux equal to 2ut plus u given ux comma 0 equal to 4 e raised to minus 3x. So here we want to solve this equation. The equation you can see is of first order equation because only first order derivatives are involved in the equation, and we can see that it involves two independent variables x and t. So first of all, focus on this equation only because this is the given condition. That means ux comma t is the function, but here t equal to 0. That means the value of the function is given at time t equal to 0, and this will be helpful to you, helpful to us to find out the value of the arbitrary constant which will be involved in the general solution of the differential equation. So first of all, we will find out its general solution, then we will focus on this condition. So till the solution is not obtained, we will not focus on this condition. So first of all, in the solution, we will assume that first of all you write down that the given equation is ux equal to 2ut plus u. Then we will assume that let ux comma t, because first you identify the variables. Here x and t are given, not x and y. So let capital uxt equal to capital xx into capital T into t be the solution of given equation number 1. So here whatever the equation, we will write this as the equation. This is the equation number 1. So here we are assuming this as the solution. After assuming this solution is what? The function which satisfies the given equation. So as per our assumption, see, now it is our assumption only because we have not obtained the final solution. So as per our assumption, it is the solution, so it will satisfy this equation. So we can put this value in the given equation. So to put this value, here we will require the derivative of this one with respect to x. So ux equal to, here I will write down ux, I will not write bracket x comma t, but you understand that whenever I will write ux, this will mean that ux x comma t. So both have the same meaning. So here derivative with respect to x. So we have separated the variables. So at that time t will be remain constant. So derivative of x only. So capital X dash x into t. This is constant. So derivative of capital X is dash. And here I have used dash because this is now ordinary derivative. It is partial derivative. It is ordinary derivative because here only one variable is involved. So this is nothing but it has a meaning d capital X by d small x. Okay? Understood? So this is the ordinary derivative. Similarly, here we will require ut. So ut means here capital Xx is constant and the derivative of t is capital D t dash t. So this is nothing but d capital T by d small t. So sometimes we can also write in short form. Now we will write down this as capital X dash into t and this as capital X into t dash to avoid to write unnecessary brackets, etc. Because whenever capital X is written, we will understand that it is the function of x. So whenever it is understood to you, you do not require to write mention each and every thing here. So now see, here we will substitute these values. Therefore, substituting these values in equation 1, we get, so everywhere this kind of punctuation marks are required to write down the sentences. In the further examples, I will not write each and everything because I am speaking to you in front of you. So I don't require to write each and everything, but in examination you must have to write because there you can explain your knowledge to the examiner through the medium of writing. So here ux is capital X dash into capital T. To ut is capital X into t dash and u is x into t. So now from this we will separate out the terms containing capital X and terms containing capital T. So here how to separate out them, that you will have to first focus on it. So we can see that this capital XT we can take on left hand side. So x dash minus capital X into capital T equal 2 into capital X T dash. So therefore, here these are also required. Therefore. So capital X dash minus capital X upon capital X. This X we take on denominator and 2 into T dash upon T. This T we take on the right hand side. And now you can see that this left hand side is completely the function of X and right hand side is completely the function of T. So and both are equal. So what should we write there? This is equal to. This must be constant, because if it is constant then only both are equal. Because if we consider it as a function of X, it will not satisfy this condition, because here it is function of T only. We cannot, likewise we cannot consider this as a function of T, because here it is the function of X only. So it must be a constant. So therefore we will have two equations from this: capital X dash minus capital X upon X equal to capital K. We will separate out the two equations, okay, and 2 into T dash upon T equal to capital K. Now we will solve these two equations one by one. These two are ordinary differential equations, and the solving procedure of ordinary differential equation we have already studied in the second semester. So we will just arrange the terms: capital X dash minus capital X equal to capital KX. Therefore capital X dash minus 1 plus K into capital X equal to 0. Okay, so you can see we will solve this equation later on. First we will solve this part. So here capital X dash minus this one. So it has the auxiliary equation is m minus 1 plus k equal to 0. This implies that we have m equal to 1 plus k. So we have the solution of capital X equal to e raised to 1 plus k into small x into some constant c1. Okay, because in second semester we have seen that if the two roots of auxiliary equations are m1 and m2, then its solution can be written as e raised to m1x plus e raised to e raised to m2x. Okay, so here we have only one root, so we have written this as c1 into e raised to 1 plus k into x, because m1 equal to 1 plus k. Now we go for the second solution. Here it is given 2t dash equal to t dash upon t equal to k, or else we can also write this as k by 2. This we can solve in two ways. First we can also use to write down here this equal to minus k by 2 into capital T equal to 0. So it has the root m equal to k by 2. So we have the solution will be capital T, because the equation is in terms of capital T, equal to C2 e raised to k by 2 into small t. See, here you don't by mistakenly you don't write small x, because this is the equation containing capital T and small t. So this is the solution. Or else you can also write down this is the integration very easy, log of t, and it is k by 2 into small t plus c dash c, suppose. So t equal to e raised to k by 2 t plus c. So e raised to c we can separate out this one. So e raised to c is some constant, so we give it the name e raised to k by 2 into t. So in this way also you can solve this part. So here we have capital T equal to c2 e raised to k by 2 into t. So therefore we have obtained the two solutions, the two values of capital X and t. This we have assumed for small u x t equal to capital X into capital T. This solution we have assumed at the initial level. So we have now this value is c1 e raised to 1 plus k into x into c2 e raised to k by 2 into t. So c1 into c2, this gives us some another constant. Let us give it the name c, suppose, and we will make add these two. So e raised to 1 plus k by 2 t. So this is the solution, and here you can write that where c equal to c1 into c2. So the solution you can see that very simple. So the solution has been obtained. This is the general solution containing arbitrary constant. Now we will make the use of the given condition. If the condition is not given, then you can stop here. If it is given, then you may proceed further. So here given that ux comma 0 equal to 4 e raised to minus 3x. So give it equation number 2 and this is equation number 3. So now from 2 and 3 equation, here in this solution we will put t equal to 0. See, if we put t equal to 0, then we will have c e raised to 1 plus k into x. T equal to 0 means this will become 0 and equal to both are same thing now. So 4 e raised to minus 3x. So from this, if we compare, we can get the value c equal to 4 and 1 plus k equal to minus 3. That means k equal to minus 4. So now, therefore, the final solution is ux comma t equal to c is 4 and e raised to k is minus 4. So 1 minus 4 is minus 3x and there it is minus 4 by 2 means minus 2t. So this is our final solution and within some time you can get the full marks. That means 4 marks or 5 marks, whatever is allotted in the examination. But do remember, every year in every examination one example comes from this topic. That means the use of method of separation of variables. Okay, understood? So this solution you can do within 4 to 5 minutes. Not much time is required here. Let us see another example. Solve the partial differential equation. Solve the partial differential equation uxy equal to minus ux. Now this solution is very simple. Here we will not require means we are not given the condition, only the equation is given. So as only equation is given, we can solve it very simply. So solution, first of all you write down that given this equation, give it equation number 1, then assume that let uxy. See here in the last example we have assumed ux comma t, but here there are two variables x and y, so it is ux comma y. So this is equal to capital X into capital YY, or simply we can write capital X into y. Then we will put this equation 2 in 1. So if we put this equation into in 1, that means in these two, what will we require here? First let us see. We will require the derivative of this one with respect to x and y, uxy. So first we find out its derivative with respect to ux. So ux will be given as x dash into y is constant. Again if we will find out its derivative with respect to y, then here x dash is constant now and y dash is the derivative. Okay? So both have been obtained, uxy and ux. So therefore, the equation will become capital X dash into capital Y dash equal to minus ux means x dash into capital Y. So if we will separate out the terms, we can get x dash into bracket y dash plus y equal to 0. Here, automatically the terms equations containing x and y will be separated out. No need to use the expression which we used in the last example. That means we have separated x on left hand side, y t on right hand side, and then assume this is equal to k. Because from this we can say directly that x dash equal to 0 or y dash plus capital Y equal to 0. Okay, understood? So here x dash equal to 0. Its solution, we will find out its solution. Its solution requires integration with respect to small x, because x dash means d capital X by small x, derivative with respect to small x. So we need to integrate this one. So when we integrate this with respect to small x, this derivative will be removed and we get only capital X. And integration of 0 is 0, but we need to put some arbitrary constant here, c1 plus, in addition 0 plus c1, that means c1. So solution of this one is obtained. Here y dash plus y equal to 0. This can also be solved very easily Here, as in the last example, the auxiliary equation has the root m plus 1 equal to 0, because for derivative we write m and here 1. So m equal to minus 1. Or else we can also solve this as y dash equal to minus y. This implies that y dash upon y equal to minus 1. And so its derivative integration will be log of capital Y, and minus 1 is the integration minus small y. See, integration with respect to small y, and plus some constant c. Here I have not written c2 because after some process we need to write down the constant as c2. So y equal to e raised to minus y plus c. So now you can see that here e raised to c into e raised to minus y, but e raised to c we denote by c2. So again here also we can write down from this. Therefore y equal to c2 e raised to minus y. Directly we can obtain the solution. So therefore now our final solution is uxy. Both values have been obtained, capital X and of capital Y. So we will substitute this value here, capital X into capital Y. So it is c1 and it is c2 e raised to minus y. But c1 and c2 is again one constant. So we can write this as c. So where c equal to c1 into c2. So you can see this is the final solution. So by using the simple concept you can solve it very easily and you can get the mark directly. So, and one more thing here to remember, students, that whatever the examples here I have explained to you, you also get practice of the same examples after understanding and after learning by sparing some time on the same day. Because if you will practice on the same day, you will get more idea. And if you get more idea and if you get practice, then there is no difficulty to you to solve such example in the examination, and as you can secure the full mark from this example. Okay, so practice is very much required, and here you must have identified that nothing is difficult over here in understanding. Everything is very simple. Okay, and one more thing, if you find any difficulty, you can contact me, you can ask me. I will solve your difficulties. I will help you in each way. Okay, but don't hesitate, and also prepare assignment yourself. The example, in the assignment you will have to write down the questions whichever I will give to you at the end of the lecture or in the tutorial, whatever I will give you, you put each and everything in your assignment. But the examples which I taught to you,